What's going on, YouTube? This is Street Riders 209. So on this project for today, I have a 2002 Nissan Frontier, the supercharged. For this episode, I got this to work with right here. That's the original spot. I believe they put fog lights on these. I'm not sure if there's OEM ones. But today, we're trying to slap these LED 4.5-inch LED lights. Okay, so since all you have in here is once you snap this out, you know, you have to go in there and clip them off with this right here. Pop those out. That's what you have. So what I figured out earlier, we didn't want to do any welding on this truck. You know, the welding process would have been a lot faster. But we wanted to go with a completely bolt-on system or just a bracket. But this is a hard area to get to, especially from the inside. So what I ended up doing, I ended up cutting out right here to fit this bracket right here. So that protrudes through there. Needed to make some modifications to this. I needed to cut this off so that the full light goes recessed in there. But this is what I came up with. I'm still missing one of these tabs that goes right here, but I can't figure that out until I set this inside there. I'm gonna go ahead and paint this when I'm all done. But what this does is this bolts up to the it's like a bumper brace that goes right behind here. It's all steel, and then that allows you the tilt and the spin on your light. This side is already done. I just got done with that a few minutes ago. But that's how it looks. It's a totally different look. You know, like than that. He had those old lights right there that were not working anymore, and those were bolted up right here. You can see the bolts still. So I'm gonna take those out. But this was a fairly easy install. Not that much modification other than figuring out the way to bolt that on in the right spot. I'm using the same wiring system as I do on most of my installs. Relay, fuses in there, and I ran these out the back. Now I haven't put the on-off switch through the firewall yet, but I will as soon as I'm done with the full install. But let me show you guys. Alright, so let me get down to the bottom and show you guys how it looks. Alright, there you go. So the light comes through here. See, that's where I made the cutout. That's the system right there that I put just through an angle bracket using the original OEM brackets that the light comes with. And then just some 1x1 square tube. See, so that's how it is. I mean, I know that the self tappers are a bit under, I don't know, I guess they're not as tight as I'd want a bolt. But it's a extremely hard area to get to. Plus, the thing is that judging by, I don't know if you guys could tell how this plastic right here is actually almost like 3/4 of an inch away from here. So I actually have tension in that 1x1 already. And then also it's resting up against this bracket. So by pulling this out, it gives a lot more tension to that 1x1. Originally I was going to put a different bracket in here. That's why I have that hole. But I decided to go with this way a little bit instead, because it's a little bit easier to do. And then also you can kind of tilt the light back and forth a little bit more this way than the other way I had planned. I needed about 1/8 of an inch space between there, so I just slapped on some washers. All 3/8 bolts, just to make sure. You can go with 1/4 inch. All I had was 3/8 right now, so that's fine enough. So now I have to do that side. See, so that my 1x1 is gonna come through here. Then it's gonna go bolted up right there. The light is gonna have the whole where is it? There it is. and then I'm gonna make a cutout right through here, and then finish it off. Just wanted to show you guys roughly that a lot of stuff could be done with just tools that you have at home. You don't need any welders for the stuff like this. I mean, if I had the welder, where I would have done since the very beginning was just welded a small piece instead of going all the way through here. I just welded maybe like a 6-inch piece of this 1x1 straight from this steel piece, right like that, bolted or welded a angle bar right here, and then I would have used that slotted area this way instead, so I could move this up and down a little bit. But I mean, the process would have took me maybe 25 minutes per side, you know, versus this has taken me about 45 to an hour already just to figure this out. But this one's all done. The next one is obviously going to be easier just because I already know exactly the way to mount it. So that other bracket took me like, so far it's taking like 5 minutes to make it. Now I just got to install it, figure out where my other tab is going to go, right in the center right there, and then do it that way. I mean, it's a lot easier on the second part always. So yeah, hold on and I'll show you guys the end result. Alright, so I'm back. Alright, so using this Dremel, I trimmed out that piece right there. And just a quick cutout. And then I also took off that piece from up there that I was mentioning that's in the way. And like that, and you can see that it comes down like this. So it doesn't let the round light go in all the way, so it has to come out. Okay, so then ultimately what we get is that just like that, you know. So now you have the light just free floating in there, and that's where the bracket comes in place. So this goes on the back side of the bumper, just like that, holding the light in place. Then you bolt down that using the actually it's backwards like this. So once I'm done with this, I'll paint all that stuff to make sure it doesn't get any rust, and then I'll wire it up and it'll be done. That's what the light looks through on the opposite side. This is where we put that 1x1 square. We're gonna slide it out through there. It's gonna come out right like that. See how that bracket now sits right on there? So you can't go further. So it's already hitting that plastic. Alright, so this is where you put the bracket piece, the original bracket piece. You set it in there. Let's see if I can get this thing with one hand. There we go. Alright. And then you put the other bolt. Alright, so now they're all bolted up right there. They're not 100% tight, they're just tight enough to where they keep the shape that I need. So that bracket's there. These are here. Now we gotta go outside and check. That's how it looks. If you look down this way, it's one way to check. Looking straight down where these two are even, right here, dead center. If they're even, we see roughly how much is sticking out of the light. So let's see on this side. It's a little bit more. So but judging by the way that the light is looking, this has to be pushed out just a hair that way, because there you go. So there you go. Because I can also tell that now it's facing straight, as before it was facing this way a little bit. So right there, it looks like they're almost perfect, at least equals. So once I bolt this up, I'll tighten it up 100%, and I'll go back and tighten that one up 100%, and they'll be matching. So there they are. All right, let me finish this up. Oh, one more thing. See how now that I have confirmation that the light is in the right spot, now I put this up here, and I know exactly where to make my holes. 3/8 bolt up there, and then the self tapper right here. That way I have just enough to grab onto that. Like, it looks like it's almost like 1 inch worth of rectangle tubing for the bumper frame. So I'll go ahead and mark this to drill, and then I will be done. As soon as I bolt it in place, tighten it up, just make this connection right here with the light bar wiring, it'll be good. So let me finish that up, and then I'll start this back up. They're even, both of them. So just wanted to show you guys. Can't even see it now, but painted the bracket. I just saw a little spot that I missed. I'm about to come in here and touch that up, but painted it all with rust proof paint. Tied up the cables right here. There's that other bracket I was talking about. That one I had to put a little spacer, so I put a couple washers in there to bring it out, so that it brings the light back just a little bit. But I was just glue this up here. But I'll show you guys what they look like. There you are. It's a nice custom look. See, so these are 27 watts, so they're not that bright. I mean, they are bright, not extremely bright. So they'd be good little fog lights. Whole install probably took me about 3 hours, I want to say. You know, so something you can definitely do on a weekend. You guys saw where I ran the cable and all the wiring. Yeah, hope you guys like it. Thanks for watching.